Agents. The day has finally come to debrief Dr. Devon with a case closed.
Doctor, please, have a seat. Is this office going to be okay for you? Or we can get a conference room if that's better. I should be fine right here. Thank you. Can I get you anything? Would you like something to drink? Maybe a water? Oh, I'd love one. I'd love a water. Oh, I'd love one. Thank you. Can we get a round of waters?
Yes, bring enough for everyone, please.
Whenever you're ready. I'll be glad to. Thank you. I took some notes over the summer as I kind of put the pieces together. It'll just keep me on track, and that way I don't leave anything out. I know this is going to sound crazy, so just bear with me. Where I think it all started was when I was spending so much time by myself in the lab at the hospital, working on the research I was doing with the fibers, with the seventh one that came off the line, the one we named Sevyn. It was such a lovely style, and I was spending so much time on it to just make sure everything was just perfect. Been down there for so long, and it was lonely, that the style almost became like a friend to me, and like a companion, almost like she came to life.
Did you say she?
Well, I say she because it's such a lovely feminine style that I was very envious that I didn't have hair like that myself. She just got really upset that I wasn't releasing it like I had the others, and she wanted out there and get into the community, and maybe I was holding her back, so she made me stop working. She was insistent that there was no more testing to be done. That was about the time that we had the press conference. You're saying you did this work at the hospital?
Alone?
Yes, in the lab. We interviewed a lot of people, and of those, several seemed to indicate that you had an assistant. One in particular said she worked for you in the lab at the hospital. Do you recall having an assistant with you at the time, or hiring anyone? You know, I want to say that I had an assistant, but I don't think I saw her but maybe once. And when I think about it, she was an awful lot like Sevyn, so I don't know if I'm thinking of the same one, or maybe they were two different things. It's hard to say. That part's really kind of fuzzy. Sorry. Yes, that is very peculiar. I know. I don't know really what to make of it. It sounds crazy, I know. Devon, no one here thinks you're crazy. Please understand the reason we're here and what we need to do. That's Dr. Devon. Please. Pardon me, Doctor.
Let's continue.
We spent an incredible amount of time and resources in looking for you. Let's move along now ahead in time so we can fill in some more gaps with you when you were missing and your captor was Sevyn, she did say that as long as they were looking, they would never find me. And she was right. They did quit looking at some point, and I knew it. It was hard to listen to her sometimes.
Doctor, what are you saying? You worked together with Sevyn?
Yes, as I say, Sevyn was with me. She knew everything. She knew everyone. She knew even things that I never told anyone. I don't know how she knew it, but she did.
Things you didn't share in your report?
Doctor, I read all of your reports myself, looking for clues, if you will. Anything out of the ordinary, and everything was right in line. There wasn't anything suggesting anything like, no, that's not what I'm implying at all. Things were going really fast at that time, and I was trying to figure out exactly what was happening, so I didn't exactly know what to put in a report. I was collecting the information that I was getting and trying to identify the source. And before I knew it, I was off the grid, so I wasn't able to put together anything formal in terms of letting you know that there was a new character in play. I was getting cards and little notes and tokens of appreciation in the form of jewelry and trinkets, and everything was signed with 2 initials, MW. I put it together one day when I heard Sevyn on the phone talking, and she kept calling him Wigmaker. It seemed as if they knew each other. I wasn't sure if Sevyn was an agent or if the Wigmaker was an agent.
Wigmaker?
Why are you so certain that Sevyn is talking to Wigmaker on the phone? Why do I say this? I say this because I heard her code in. She was making phone calls and she was coding in. I just assumed that she was either an agent with us or with them. Do we have an agent by the initials WM or MW? Does any of that sound familiar to either one of you?
We will look into agent initials and see what there is to that effect.
Go on. I heard her on the phone coding in. Several conversations. How many other agencies use codes the way we do? Is that common practice? Is that something that anyone knows anything about?
What are you getting at, Agent?
I'm not getting at anything. I'm just trying to see if there's any likelihood that this Wigmaker might possibly work for an agency for hire. I feel like I've heard of Wigmaker before in a different context, in a different case.
Are you saying Sevyn knows the Wigmaker?
Yes, I think Sevyn knew him personally. I think she knew exactly who he was, and she knew everything that he had given me. But I don't think she'd ever seen him, because when she went to the award ceremony, she wore all of it. Everything he'd given me, she wore. She left the television on and got ready for the ceremony and left. She wanted me to see her take my award from me for all the hard work I had done on her. And she wanted me to know it. So, when the time came, as soon as I saw she reached the audience, I got started getting out of there. And as soon as I put my hand on the door to leave, it opened for me. It was a man in the doorway.